From central Pennsylvania, this is CBS 21 News This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sherry Christian.
And I'm meteorologist Kirk Clyatt. And for one more hour for Steve Knight, he'll be back here tomorrow working hard because it looks like we could have some hard rain at this time. Models are putting it just to the north of us. Some parts of Pennsylvania could pick up 3 inches of rain if the projections are right, maybe another inch for us.
For the morning.
Yeah, this is unusual. Most of the time you get the severe storms in the afternoon, but it looks like right now it'll be tomorrow morning. Right now, not so much. We've got a couple of showers that have been tracking across, say, Franklin and Adams County. Temperatures are comfortable this morning with that northwest flow. Even a couple of 50s were in the mix in Bradford, and Scranton just popped back up to 60 degrees. So actually, we're a couple of degrees above normal. Dew point, that's moving up too. We've seen that move up a couple of degrees. Once it hits to 60, then you got enough fuel for some thunderstorms, and those will keep going up as we go through the day. So here's a look at the last 12 hours. You get an idea. It's been a northwesterly flow. That's going to change around a little bit as we start to see a low move along a stationary front. We'll show you where that front is coming up. So winds generally fairly light out of the west and northwest at this time. By the time we get to Friday, we will see some breezy winds bringing in some cooler air and some drier air for Father's Day. We just got to make it between now and then. Here we are into the second hour of the newscast this morning. I get a little nervous when I haven't seen any significant accidents yet. Let's just keep it that way. Take a look here now across the North Bridge. This is the Wade Bridge, Interstate 81, of course, site of a lot of problems in recent days. But right now, things are looking good, and let's hope it stays that way. This Members First Federal Credit Union Traffic Alert.
Happening today, superintendents will be at the state capitol to discuss the impact of education funding in urban school districts. This discussion comes on the same day we could see movement on the state budget. The House could vote today on whether to approve a $28.3 billion budget proposal. Among the hot button issues in that plan, funding for education. CBS 21's Brandy Mang has the story from Harrisburg.
The governor's budget calls for a $90 million increase in funds, which will bring the Commonwealth's investment to basic education to nearly $5.5 billion, the highest amount ever provided to school districts in Pennsylvania. Basic education pays for things like resources to increase student achievement. School districts use these funds to meet the needs of their students and to personalize academic programs to ensure their students have opportunities to succeed. Superintendents from 5 Pennsylvania school districts will be at the Capitol today to talk about the last 2 years of budget cuts to education and the impact it has had. They include Dr. Sybil Knight-Burney from Harrisburg and Dr. Tamara Willis from York. The York School District is in debt an estimated $4.3 million. School board members approved a recovery plan Monday night that not only includes pay cuts, but also looks at regaining students lost to charter schools by improving academics, a key factor for many schools. Those opposed to the governor's plan say much of his funding is based on his proposal of investing in education by getting out of the liquor business and selling the state store liquor system. Critics are doubtful that the sale will create the numbers the governor is claiming, leaving educational funding with too much uncertainty.
And that was CBS 21's Brandy Mang reporting. This morning's conference will be held at 10 at the Capitol Media Center. Again, it comes on the same day the House could vote to send the GOP-crafted state budget proposal to the Senate. Happening right now, the search is on for the suspect in a Harrisburg shooting that happened in broad daylight. It happened yesterday afternoon near Club 1400 on North 3rd Street. We were told that one person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. We reached out to police overnight to get an update on the victim's condition, but officers weren't available. There's no word on a motive at this time. Anyone with information on this shooting is asked to call police, and you can find that number on CBS21.com. Right now, York City police are using this surveillance video in a shooting investigation of their own. Officers are trying to track down the 2 people seen here. They're accused in yesterday's overnight shooting on West Princess Street that sent 4 people to the hospital, including a 17-year-old girl. All are expected to be okay. The video from Bebb's Grocery appears to show the suspects firing multiple shots across the street. Police say so far the victims haven't been able to provide them with much information. New this morning, listen up PNC customers. The bank says it will phase out free checking accounts over the next year. Starting next month, customers should start to get messages in their monthly statements about the change. Current customers with free checking will be moved to PNC's standard checking option, which collects a $7 monthly service fee. Unless clients maintain at least a $500 average monthly balance or $500 in direct deposits. If you're 62 years old and over, you won't be charged. Customers can also avoid the service charge by choosing accounts that have higher balance requirements. It's 6:05 happening today. The director of the NSA will testify before lawmakers on Capitol Hill regarding the leak of top secret surveillance programs. Details coming up. And listen up, computer users. CBS 21 News is finding out how you can keep your computer safe while on the road this summer. And as we head to break, let's take a live look outside. Good morning, Carlisle. It is 66 degrees right now where you are. We'll be right back with Kirk's Bus Stop Forecast.
You're watching CBS 21 News this morning.
Nothing I make is low calorie. Do I look like I eat low calorie? No.
In the battle to be the best amateur baker,
Piece of cake, right?
the gloves are off.
You burnt it.
It's overbaked.
Can't stand the flavor.
It's either going to be spectacular, but it's going to be crash and burn.
Who will go down in flames?
Oh, fire in the house.
I'm not feeling the love.
Seriously? It's just cake.
A new American baking competition, CBS Tonight.
Max Saver here at Carnes Foods, where you'll always find a ton of great deals from groceries to meat department.
This Father's Day, treat Dad to fresh lobster during Carnes' Big Live Lobster Sale, June 15th and 16th. Live lobsters, only $7.99 a pound. Order yours today. Plus more great Carnes deals this week, like fresh quartered chicken legs, only 69 cents a pound. USDA Choice Whole New York strips, just $5.99 a pound. And lean chopped chuck, only $2.79 a pound.
Carnes, over 3,000 items on sale every day in every...
When times got tough, we look deep inside. We work together and turn the tide. 'Cause we're stronger than before.
The Jersey Shore is open.
You bet it is. We're stronger than the storm.
I like banking with Belco because they're friendly and they're committed to their customers.
It is very unique in the banking business because when you walk in, you feel at home.
Everyone's always been real friendly to me.
You're a part of the overall banking experience and you are a part owner.
The service is wonderful. They know who I am when I walk in. Belco is growing in the community. Even though they're growing, they still know me one-on-one.
Stop by or visit belco.org.
This weather forecast brought to you by Belco Community Credit Union, because life is for living. You are watching CBS 21 News this morning with Sherry Christian and Steve Knight with traffic and first warning weather.
It's 6:08.
And I hope Steve is resting up because he could have some work for him cut out tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Tom left me some information that the Conestoga River in Lancaster, the Swatara Creek, north of Hershey, where, of course, we had the problems a couple of years ago up at Harper Tavern, and Sherman's Creek at Shermandale, they could be close to caution stage, not flood stage, but caution stage by the time we get to Friday morning. That's how much rain is possible starting tonight and then into tomorrow morning. What have we got this morning? Just a few showers. This is across Franklin County over into Adams County. This is a lot of nothing right now. And what have we got as far as temperatures? They're a little bit above normal. Lancaster, one of the cool spots at 63. You got up to the north, the Sealands Grove and Frackville, a comfortable 61 to start the day. Here's the story. Here's where the rain is going to come from. It's got this front. It's been kind of a quasi-stationary front. Low is going to move with the energy along the front, and stormy weather is going to be the result starting overnight, and then that is going to continue continue through the day tomorrow. But for the day, a lot of the kids, the last day of school, and it's a good one to say goodbye to the school. Tomorrow, unfortunately, you can't jump in the pool with all that rain moving in, but 81 this afternoon, looking like it's going to be very pleasant. Do have one accident this morning to report to you. Lancaster County, East Lampeter Township, that's Route 30 and Oakview Road. Otherwise, things looking pretty good this morning. Here's the I-81, no slowdowns at all, getting into and out of the capital city. This Members First Federal Credit Union traffic alert.
Continuing coverage of the NSA phone records controversy. Happening today, the director of the National Security Agency, General Keith Alexander, will testify before a Senate committee. Today's meeting follows last night's briefings NSA officials had with the full House of Representatives. The NSA maintains the programs do not trample on Americans' privacy rights, rather help the government fight terrorism. There is now a push among many in Congress to declassify more elements of the phone and internet surveillance programs so Americans can better understand how the data collected is used. Hey, listen up. If you get Wi-Fi outside of your home just in time for summer vacation, a new report from the FBI says hackers are targeting travelers in hotel rooms. The FBI says there have been cases of travelers' laptops being infected with malicious software while using hotel internet connections. Investigators say it starts as an update request, and when the user clicks yes, the harmful malware is installed. Experts say to be wary of any pop-up that asks for your personal information.
If you happen to see a pop-up or some other indication of providing your email address, your street address, your credit card number, I would not provide that information. Maybe take a screenshot and show that to the hotel staff.
Palmer says hotels are susceptible to software attacks because some of them don't have secure internet. For more tips on how to protect your computer when using hotel Wi-Fi, just go to our website, cbs21.com.
He is absolutely not responsible. His directions were clear. He was not operating the excavator. The excavator was not to be used for demolition purposes in that part of the building, in that section of the building. It was only to be used to remove debris. So he is absolutely not responsible.
1 week after that deadly building collapse in Philadelphia, the lawyer for the subcontractor who was charged is speaking out. Lawyer Dane Gray says 42-year-old Sean Benshop is a scapegoat who was merely following orders when the wall collapsed, trapping 19 people and killing 6. The lawyer also denies Benshop was impaired by marijuana and Percocet while operating machinery. Prosecutors have opened a grand jury investigation to see whether anyone else should be charged. It's 6:12.
And it's not a bad Wednesday. If you want to escape for the afternoon, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. Good day tomorrow to get all the work done before you start your long weekend. Dry, well, for some, you can get away with it. Dry for now, but yeah, more storms. Pretty much it looks like a sure thing. We'll show you when they arrive with your 7-day forecast.
Coming up in your Eye on Entertainment, Hollywood's biggest names came out to support an annual benefit. But first, your CBS 21's Jane King from the New York Stock Exchange with this morning's Bloomberg Business Report.
Good morning. Sales of George Orwell's book, 1984, are soaring following all the reports this week about the U.S. government collecting phone and internet records on millions of Americans. Now, some editions moving onto Amazon's movers and shakers list, and one even became the 100th best-selling book late yesterday. 1984 is about a future fictional totalitarian state. It was published in 1949. Well, meantime, Google, Facebook, and other companies are asking the U.S. government if they can disclose more information about the national security data requests they receive as they try to explain to customers that authorities don't have unlimited access to users' personal information. Well, coming up next, watch out at work. You may be surprised how many bosses want to get rid of someone on their team.
American Express. This is what membership is. This is what membership does.
I'm a hard worker every day. I'm a hard worker. I'm working every day. I'm a hard worker, and I'm saving all my pay. If I ever get some money put away, I'm gonna take it all out, celebrate. I'm a hard worker.
Membership rallied millions of us on Small Business Saturday to make shopping small huge. This is what membership is. This is what membership does.
All right, as for trading, investors this morning looking at a report on mortgage applications and waiting for reports tomorrow on weekly unemployment claims and retail sales. Now, stocks fell yesterday after Japan's central banks took a pass on increasing economic stimulus efforts. And if you've ever suspected your boss trying to get rid of you, you may be right. A new Career Builder survey says more than 1 in 4 bosses have an employee they'd like to see leave the company. Younger managers are more likely to feel that way than older ones, and some of the things managers do to the employees they want out are criticize their work, cut responsibilities, cut them out of meetings and projects, and communicate primarily by email. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King with the Bloomberg Business Report.
When your livelihood depends on the tools you choose, compromise is not an option. That's why the hardest working people trust the hardest working truck, Ford, and overwhelming numbers prove it. We own work. Get a loaded 4x4 F-150 STX with trailer tow package, 18-inch wheels, and more, all for around $29 grand, or lease for $199 a month.
Boscov for Father's Day with Albi Award savings on everything for Dad. Get Dad a few Gildan Ultra Cotton T-shirts. They're only $2.99 at Boscov's. Stock up on Gildan Ultra Cotton PK Polos, only $3.99. 73% off college T-shirts. Choose from over 20 schools, only $3.99. 61% off men's Champion T-shirts, $4.99. And free gift wrap for all dads at all Boscov's.
The air is finally working right. Thank you, Knoxville.
I knew exactly what was going on. I could have fixed it if I just had more time.
Yeah, right.
Nashville Plumbing is the name to know. Call 625-1000.
Ignite your passion for music at the Perfect Fifth Musical Arts Center, Central PA's resource for music education, with private lessons, group classes, and summer programs taught by music professionals. Accomplish your goals at the Perfect Fifth. Call or click for information about special offers on summer camp.
As our parents and loved ones grow older, we must be there for them. Hi, I'm Tanya Foster with CBS 21 News. Caring for elderly parents and loved ones can often be a difficult time in your life.
Renewal by Andersen knows that having the answers to tough questions makes all the difference. That's why Renewal by Andersen supports the Keys to Caring website with CBS 21. The Keys to Caring website is a resource for caregivers and families to find the answers to these tough questions.
Visit CBS21.com for more information.
It's 6:17, and Kirk, thanks for the warning, because we're not used to getting thunderstorms in the morning.
In the morning, no, it could happen tomorrow, not today. Today is fine, but what we've got is this front setting up. It's going to almost be like a little road for the area of low pressure to ride on along it. And right now, it looks like the heaviest rain will actually be to the north of us, the northern tier. But certainly, we could expect an inch of rain starting tonight into tomorrow morning and through the day tomorrow. Wait till you see how much it's going to be in places like Scranton. You go across over towards Bradford area. First warning live Doppler just showing a few showers with a minimal accumulation across Franklin County now, moving just past Gettysburg. Now a couple of new storms up near the Shippensburg area, if you can even really call them storms. 65 is what we got, a mix of clouds and sun for most of the region. Barometric pressure is rising for now, but we've got this stalled front that is going to be the focusing point of the storms. We've got good news and bad news here for you. The bad news, we'll get that out of the way here. This is the area of low pressure. It's going to ride along that front, but once it gets out of here, high pressure in Canada is going to build in. Going to be a little breezy on Friday with some cool winds, and that's going to knock down the temperatures. Dry, not much humidity with highs only in the 70s. So some nice weather for the cookouts for Dad for Father's Day for this weekend. So here is the story right now. There is the front, kind of quasi-stationary just to the south of us, and it's going to allow the area of low pressure to ride along it with some pretty heavy rain here. We've got a little bit of a northwesterly flow for now, but that's going to be the word starting overnight about this time tomorrow and then continuing through the morning hours as we get things going on Thursday. So for today, 70 degrees at 9 o'clock. Today is long lunch Thursday if you can get away. Well, what day of the week is it? Wednesday. Thank you. It's Work Hard Thursday because it's going to be so rainy tomorrow. 77 is what we've got. We do creep into the 80s during the afternoon. Chance of a couple of showers, but not anything of any real great consequence. Here's hour by hour. The model's been doing pretty good the last couple of days. This is 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Look at this heavy rain. Places like Clearfield County back over towards Bradford and the Scranton area. And we're going to get into the mix too, but the heaviest rain right now, the computers think, will be across the northern tiers. That's kind of interesting the way that dynamic is shaping up. And you can watch the same thing here with the rainfall projections. Look at it, mount up in Scranton and Bradford, with Harrisburg picking up close to an inch. So most folks, especially the further north you are, the more rain you should expect. So look for an inch is reasonable. And that's in the watershed of the Susquehanna. So Susquehanna will be moving up, as well as the level in the Marietta on the Susquehanna up to almost 39 feet. Juniata moving up a couple of feet as well. The major rivers not anticipating certainly any flood issues, but there could be some in some of the smaller creeks, at least making it up to caution stage. A stormy Thursday for us before things dry out, and then we have a nice Father's Day weekend to enjoy. This 7-day forecast brought to you by our friends at Camp Hill Chiropractor, Premier Medical and Rehabilitation Center. We do have one accident this morning. It's in Lancaster County, East Lampeder Township, Route 30 and Oakview Road. We understand there is some delays in that area thanks to that accident. So if you can find an alternate route, that would be a good thing. The Wade Bridge, a little haze this morning. Otherwise, things looking good as far as any traffic backups. No, looks wonderful. So let's keep it a safe commute this morning. This is a Members First Federal Credit Union traffic alert.
In honor of Father's Day this weekend, we want to see Daddy's bundle of joy. Upload your pictures by going to our CBS 21 News Facebook page and clicking on Inside CBS 21. Your dad and kids photos could be featured on CBS 21 News starting on Friday. Fans are getting a sneak peek of the new Hobbit movie months before it's released. A look at the new trailer coming up in your Eye on Entertainment.
You're watching CBS 21 News this morning.
Everybody's busier these days, so we're introducing 2-hour appointment windows. How? We sped up response times at our dispatch centers, provided new software that improved efficiency, developed new apps for our techs and agents, and implemented real-time mapping technology, all adding up to a seamless process so we can be in and out and you can be on with your day. Introducing the new 2-hour appointment windows, part of the Comcast Customer Guarantee.
You may not have to live in pain because you have a joint that needs to be replaced.
The most experienced hospital in Pennsylvania for major joint replacements is Pinnacle Health.
We're really good at it. And because we're really good at it, more people come to see us.
Recognized as one of the nation's best hospitals in orthopedics.
So we're now having people having their joints replaced and they're living their lives.
Know us before you need us. Pinnacle Health.
It's your retirement. It's your choice. So what if where you lived determined how well you lived? What would you do with a maintenance-free life? At Lutheran Social Services, right-sized living is as easy as making a few simple choices. And with 6 communities located throughout South Central Pennsylvania, you'll find the perfect place to call home. Experience the retirement you deserve. Call Lutheran Social Services to schedule a visit at 888-404-3500 or visit lutheranscp.org.
When you need a battery for yourself or your business, turn to the Battery Warehouse of Lancaster. The Battery Warehouse of Lancaster has hard-to-find batteries for a ton of gizmos, gadgets, and equipment. Batteries for cars, motorcycles, cell phones, cordless phones, heavy equipment, tractors, laptops, ATVs, video cameras, watches, PDAs, key fobs, cordless drills, digital cameras. Hey, Joe, are there any batteries you don't have? The Battery Warehouse of Lancaster, located on Dillerville Road, right off the Manheim Pike in Lancaster.
It's 6:23.
I wonder if the merchants on Broadway have suffered any financial issues this month, because they've had 8 inches of rain in New York City in Central Park this month. It could easily set the record for the wettest June ever. Not going to be the case for us, but certainly some rain and potentially severe weather moving on into the mix as we go through the next day or so. It starts tonight into tomorrow morning. So what do we got now? Just kind of some nuisance showers in the northwest flow. What we've got is a quasi-stationary stationary front that's going to act as the trigger for the storm. Stay with us and I'll show you what I mean. Temperatures, that's no problem as you head out this morning. Don't need the jacket, don't need the umbrella. Things are looking pretty good there. And we're looking for a high today of about 82 degrees. As you take a look at the roadways this morning on the Wade Bridge, that's the North Bridge across I-81, things are looking fine. The issues will come tomorrow morning at about this time. This, another Members First Federal Credit Union traffic alert.
Keeping an eye on entertainment this morning, a special party drew celebrities in New York City.
And Hobbit fans are getting a peek at the next installment. CBS's Bagad Shaban has those stories and more.
Movie stars mingled with the guests at one of New York's favorite summer parties. The annual benefit raises money for the High Line, which is a park on elevated railroad tracks.
I love the High Line. I think it's such an important part of New York City.
It's a great and beautiful institution. The High Line runs through one of the city's hottest shopping districts and attracts support from the fashion industry.
The next Hobbit movie is still months away, but fans are already getting their first peek.
Do not think I won't kill you, dwarf. Warner Brothers released a trailer for part 2 of the trilogy, The Desolation of Smaug. The movie opens in December and follows the heroes in their confrontation with the evil dragon. The British band Mumford & Sons postponed this week's concerts after the bass player had a medical emergency. Ted Dwayne needed immediate treatment for a blood clot on his brain. The band expects him to recover quickly. And Harry Connick Jr.'s newest album may be his most personal so far. Every Man Should Know touches on memories from his past, including losing his mother when he was just 13.
I mean, she was this perfect, all-knowing, caring, loving presence in my life who was just so dedicated to me and my sister and my family.
Connick dedicates every recording to his mother's memory. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Bagad Shaban, CBS 21 News This Morning.
You know, based on that just alone, I'm going out and buying that.
Oh yeah, Harry's a class
album.
guy.
Yeah, because I love his music anyway. But then hearing the reason and the emotional, background on that.
And if you're a new parent out there, take it from me. My daughter came home just for a couple of days to visit. She's going to med school at University of Pennsylvania.
All right.
Starting this fall, and I mean, she was 2 years old last week. It's just amazing. Yeah. So treasure those times while you've got
it. Goes like that.
You never know what can happen. Like with Harry, his mom gone.
Right,
He's a teenager.
right. That's 13.
Amazing.
Well, another half hour of CBS 21 News This Morning is coming up. As we head to break, let's take a live look at the bridges over the Susquehanna.
Beautiful shot.
Isn't that pretty?
It really is.
When we come back, we'll help you get ready for your ride to work. Kirk will have his latest check of the roads.
You're watching CBS 21 News This Morning.
It's an entire hour of Ellen in Australia.
Is this a river? It's the Mississippi.
With Russell Crowe, plus Ellen staff parties down under.
Unfortunately, I saw your bar tab. We're going to have to take that out of your paycheck.
Today at 4 on CBS 21. They spend your money at an alarming rate. Now, CBS 21 News is keeping the government in check, finding out where your money is being wasted.
The number of people caught abusing the welfare system.
CBS 21 News Waste Watch, fighting for you every day.
Historical charm and fresh culinary experiences are awaiting you at Mount Hill Tavern. Try something new from our seasonal menu, paired perfectly with a craft beer or a glass of wine from our wine cellar. You'll quickly discover why Mount Hill Tavern has become Harrisburg's favorite meeting place.
Jennifer Storms always trusted NB Liebman.
I've been coming to NB Liebman since 2002. Since I moved to the area, actually, it was the first furniture store I went to and the last furniture store I went to. Actually, I've not stepped foot into another furniture store outside of NB Liebman, to be honest.
At NB Liebman, our customers speak for us.
I'm attorney David Rosenberg, and for over 30 years, I've been representing accident victims' rights.
Hurt in a car? Call HHR.
Our experience can help you get your money faster. Call Handler, Henning, and Rosenberg at 1-800-LAW-4000.
I put off replacing my old, inefficient windows for years. I wanted the job done fast, and I wanted it done right. So I called these guys, the experts at Renewal by Andersen. They have a legendary quality product installed by experts with a great warranty.
Call now and save $100 per window. Plus, no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months.
Over 98% of Renewal by Andersen customers are happy with the experience. And happy's good. Renewal by Andersen. You'll love your new window.
Hi, I'm Jamie Navinger-Toigo of Service First Restoration. You've made a large investment in your home. Now take the time to protect your property by enrolling in our free emergency preparedness partnership. In the event of a property disaster, whether it's a fire, or water damage, mold, or tree on the roof, you can be assured that Service First will take care of everything from the emergency through the complete construction. We're a local business and we care about helping our community. Call today to enroll in our free emergency preparedness partnership or go on the web at servefirst.com.
Capital Insurance knows it's not easy finding the best rate for car insurance on the web. You just want to do a quick search and wham, there's the answer. But we know that doesn't happen. So before you get fed up, call us. We're local. We're a Pennsylvania-based company. We're not just some 800 number, and we've been around for over 35 years. You'll get the lowest price and great coverage. Then you get back to whatever it is you really want to do. Get your insurance quote today by calling or visit us on the web at capitalinsurance.com.
Well, this has been an amazing night.
I want to thank all of you. To my beautiful wife.
Honey, I never thought it would last 50 years.
Mount Hill Tavern, making historic events since 1798.
More money from the state. Area superintendents say the increase proposed in this year's budget plan still won't be enough. Plus, runaway mom back to jail. The Lancaster County woman who walked out on her family 11 years ago makes a plea on charges out of Florida. And kids raping kids, disturbing charges out of Carlisle, has experts urging parents to talk to their own children. Today is Wednesday, June 12th.
Live from Central Pennsylvania, this is CBS 21 News This Morning.
And thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sherry Christian.
And I'm meteorologist Kirk Clyatt, in for Steve Knight. Down to the last half hour, and I've finally gotten used to being back on the mornings with you.
Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, but I'll be back for the end of the month.
There
Steve's
you go. Just preparing you for that.
That's right out there. Hey, Goldilocks weather, really nice, not too hot, not too cold, except for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got some issues going on with tomorrow. We just have a few issues as far as storms across, here you go, northern Franklin County over towards the Biglerville area north of Gettysburg. These are just kind of drips and drops of weather. Not a big deal here. Temperatures, Bradford 58. It was in the 50s up in Lackawanna County and Scranton area overnight. Philly, though, look at that. You're at 71 degrees. So temperatures generally seasonable. This is going to be the key number, though, the dew points, when these get into the 60s. We're not quite there yet. York, you are. Harrisburg and Lancaster, you're not yet. But that is going to be indicative of the fuel for the storms. You see the northwest flow these storms caught up in. But what we'll show you is the front that's going to be the focusing mechanism for these storms as we do get into late night and especially tomorrow morning about this time. So enjoy the 82 that we've got for now. As far as the roadways go this morning, we do have one accident that we're talking about. Lancaster County, East Lampeter Township, that's near the Mount Joy area, Route 30 and Oak View Road. And you should just got a preview. Things are looking pretty good on I-81. No issues there at all. Traffic moving very smoothly in and out of the Capitol. Let's hope it stays that way. This under their Members First Federal Credit Union Traffic Alert.
Happening today, superintendents will be at the state capitol to discuss the impact of education funding in urban school districts. CBS 21's Brandy Mang joins us live in Harrisburg. Good morning, Brandy. Now, the superintendent's going to testify about the impact of the last 2 years of budget cuts?
Yeah, that's right, Sherry. Good morning. There's no doubt the school districts around the state are suffering financially, and a handful of the superintendents will be here at the Capitol today to talk about the past 2 years and financially how they've been impacted and what it's done to their districts. Now, all of this comes today as the House is expected to approve or possibly vote to approve the proposed budget that's been sent by the governor. The governor's budget calls for a $90 million increase in funds, which will bring the Commonwealth's investment to basic education to nearly $5.5 billion, the highest amount ever provided to school districts in Pennsylvania. Basic education pays for things like resources to increase student achievement. School districts use these funds to meet the needs of their students and to personalize academic programs to ensure their students have opportunities to succeed. Superintendents from 5 Pennsylvania school districts will be at the Capitol today to talk about the last 2 years of budget cuts to education and the impact it has had. They include Dr. Sybil Knight-Burney from Harrisburg and Dr. Tamara Willis from York. The York School District is in debt an estimated $4.3 million. School board members approved a recovery plan Monday night that not only includes pay cuts, but also looks at regaining students lost to charter schools by improving academics, a key factor for many schools. Those opposed to the governor's plan say much of his funding is based on his proposal of investing in education by getting out of the liquor business and selling the state store liquor system. Critics are doubtful that the sale will create the numbers the governor is claiming, leaving educational funding with too much uncertainty. Now, the superintendents will be talking today at the Media Center at 10 o'clock here at the Capitol. Again, all of this comes as the House is expected to vote on whether to approve the budget. We will keep you updated on what happens with the House online and on air. All you have to do is go to CBS21.com for the very latest. Reporting live in Harrisburg, Brandy Mang, CBS 21 News.
Thank you, Brandy. New this morning, the Lancaster County mother who disappeared 11 years ago and resurfaced in Florida in April is going to jail for a year. The Pensacola News-Journal is reporting that Brenda Heist, known in the court system as Kelsey Smith, pleaded no contest for violating her probation on charges of identity theft and providing a false name to police. Officials say she didn't check in with authorities after leaving the Pensacola area following her release from jail in April. Heist left behind her husband and 2 children in Lidditz and was declared legally dead in 2010. 2 teenage boys are facing charges this morning for allegedly raping 12 and 13-year-old girls in Carlisle. Police say the 2 girls told them they had non-consensual sex with the 13 and 14-year-old boys. We're told the kids know each other. Experts say incidents of children sexually abusing other children normally go unreported because the underage victims and suspects are protected under juvenile laws. That's why it's up to parents to talk to their kids about what is right and wrong.
Young people need to understand that sex assault can occur at any age, and the defendant can be any age. It's not necessarily the predator that we're seeing on TV. Sometimes it's their cousin, sometimes it's their neighbor, it's a friend from school. We need to be educating all people, all young people, specifically age-appropriate sexuality.
Police say as the investigation continues, the charges could be upgraded or downgraded, so it's too soon to know what consequences the teens could face. The 14-year-old is in a juvenile detention center. The 13-year-old was released to his guardian. Happening right now, Harrisburg police are searching for the suspect in the city's latest shooting. It happened yesterday afternoon near Club 1400 on North 3rd Street. We were told that one person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. We reached out to police overnight to get an update on the victim's condition, but officers weren't available. There's no word on a suspect or motive at this time. Anyone with information on this shooting is asked to call police, and you can find that number on CBS21.com. It's 6:36. While you were sleeping, firefighters continue to battle 5 massive wildfires burning in Colorado. Details of the damage and what's fueling the blazes coming up. And some protesters are holding their ground as Turkish police are working right now to break up the riots. And as we head to break, let's take a live look outside. Good morning, Chambersburg. It is currently 66 degrees where you are. We'll be right back with Kirk's Bus Stop Forecast.
You're watching CBS 21 News this morning.
The last wheel winner took home over $100 grand.
I can't breathe.
Can lightning strike twice?
I guess it was meant to be.
Yeah, I guess so. Find out next Wheel of Fortune.
Tonight at 7 on CBS 21.
Warning, Jeopardy should not be used as a flirtation device.
So we decided that for one of our dates, we would watch Jeopardy together, and I cremated her, and she never talked to me again.
Okay, next Jeopardy.
Tonight at 7:30 on CBS 21.
The secret is out. Hydration is in.
Only Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion has an active naturals oat formula that creates a moisture reserve so skin can replenish itself. Aveeno.
Naturally beautiful results.
If you can clear a crowd, but not your nasal congestion, you may be muddling through allergies. Try Zyrtec D, powerful relief of nasal congestion and other allergy symptoms, all in one pill. Zyrtec D, at the pharmacy counter.
Back then, I was just trying to figure out the right thing to add to my forecast. First, it was football in a forecast. Oh, Then there was killer bees in a forecast. Oh, that hurt. And, of course, the unfortunately named 4 cats in a forecast.
Oh, this is not going to work.
But then I met Scott from Carnes Foods.
And we created Steaks in a Forecast.
The perfect match, the best food
and the best forecast.
Watch CBS 21 News at 5 to find out how you can be part of Steaks in a Forecast.
I love our new bathroom. We should have done this years ago.
I couldn't have done it better myself.
That's for sure.
I have the bathroom I always wanted. Thank you.
They did a really great job.
And I think we're going to be doing the same thing to our other bathroom.
I'd love that.
I love the seat. I love the doors. I love everything about it.
And if I have a happy wife, I have a happy life.
Find out more. 1-800-594-8776.
You are watching CBS 21 News This Morning with Sherry Christian and Steve Knight with traffic and first warning weather.
It's 6:39.
And radar is deceivingly quiet this morning to the west of us. We'll show you what I'm talking about. Storm Prediction Center is a moderate risk from about Chicago to, say, the Cincinnati area for today for any rough stuff. We've been watching all morning, just a few showers, say, south of Shippensburg, down over Biglerville, near Gettysburg, but these aren't doing much of anything. And here's what I mean. Look how quiet it looks from Chicago down into Ohio. But the Storm Prediction Center says this area along this front that I'll show you here is just going to light up as we go through the day, and that is what's going to bring us our storms tomorrow morning at this time. Temperatures, Lancaster, you're one of the cool spots at 63, and wait, if you go way up to north to Sealands Grove and Frackville to find temperatures that are cooler at 61. Here's what we mean. Here's what we mean by the front. This is the quasi-stationary front. It's going to allow energy from the low just to kind of move right along it. The stormiest weather today here in the middle of the country in the Midwest, and then we get it for tomorrow. So for some kids, could it be? Yes, the last day of school, and not a bad one at all. 68 this morning with some partial sunshine, partly cloudy this afternoon. 81 is looking pretty good. Now, this was an accident, no injuries, but still did some traffic backup in the Mount Joy area, East Lampeter Township, Route 30 and Oakview Road. Clearing stage, still could be some minor backups in that area. Otherwise, things looking pretty good. The Wade Bridge looks good here again in some areas. Sun glare, you may have some showers in Franklin County, but you see a whole lot of sunshine over the Susquehanna this morning. This, another Members First Federal Credit Union traffic alert.
Happening right now, at least 5 major wildfires are burning in Colorado, where record-breaking heat and strong winds are whipping up the flames. Of the fires burning, the most problematic is the Black Forest fire. CBS 21's Teresa Garcia has the latest.
Flames consume a home in the Black Forest area northeast of Colorado Springs. This was one of several houses lost to a rapidly spreading wildfire. Triple-digit heat and winds up to 40 miles an hour are fueling the flames and increasing the threat to lives and property.
The firefighters are more focused on fighting fires, drawing lines, and law enforcement, to be very honest, is scrambling to get people out of there as well as do searches.
Helicopters dropped water in residential areas in an attempt to protect hillside homes from the advancing fire. Most residents evacuated as the smoke and flames drew closer. Some homes in this area are valued at more than $1 million, but in these conditions, they burn as easily as the tinder dry trees around them. The Air Force Academy has sent a fire engine, water truck, and crew members to help contain the flames. So far, no injuries have been reported.
Teresa Garcia, CBS 21 News This Morning.
Also happening now, police in Turkey are charging protesters who refused to leave Taksim Square in Istanbul. The two sides clashed throughout the night, with police firing tear gas, water cannons, and rubber bullets at demonstrators who were hurling firebombs, bottles, and rocks at officers. Protesters say Turkey's prime minister is trying to impose his religious beliefs on the country, which has secular laws. The Taksim Square protests have spread to dozens of cities across the country. It's 6:42.
And what we're looking at is a pretty nice day in store. In fact, we've got a lot of nice weather in the 7-day, just not tomorrow. I'll let you know when these storms arrive. We'll detail it all with your full forecast coming up.
You're watching CBS 21 News This Morning.
We got new flooring from Empire today for this entire room.
But we only paid for this much.
It's Empire Today's 60% off sale. Get hardwood, laminate, or ceramic for any room 60% off. Plus, pay no interest for 1 year. And right now, get a lot more for a lot less.
We paid for this much new flooring.
But we got all of this.
Don't miss 60% off. Schedule now at EmpireToday.com or call
800-588-2300 Today.
Hi, I'm Jamie Navinger-Toigo of Service First Restoration. You've made a large investment in your home. Now take the time to protect your property by enrolling in our free emergency preparedness partnership. In the event of a property disaster, whether it's a fire, or water damage, mold, or tree on the roof, you can be assured that Service First will take care of everything from the emergency through the complete construction. We're a local business and we care about helping our community. Call today to enroll in our free emergency preparedness partnership or go on the web at servefirst.com.
When you need a battery for yourself or your business, turn to the Battery Warehouse of Lancaster. The Battery Warehouse of Lancaster has hard-to-find batteries for a ton of gizmos, gadgets, and equipment. Batteries for cars, motorcycles, cell phones, cordless phones, heavy equipment, tractors, laptops, ATVs, video cameras, watches, PDAs, key fobs, cordless drills, digital cameras. Hey, Joe, are there any batteries you don't have? The Battery Warehouse of Lancaster, located on Dillerville Road, right off the Manheim Pike in Lancaster.
Obamacare, more than $1 trillion in new costs, hidden taxes, fees, big Medicare cuts, doctor shortages. How can we survive?
To know Obamacare is to survive Obamacare. The Obamacare Survival Guide tells you everything you need to know to protect yourself, your family, your business. The Obamacare Survival Guide at bookstores everywhere. Special internet-only offer right now at Obamacare911.com.
It's 6:45. Kirk, I know you say rain's on the way, but let's just focus on today, right?
Yeah, today's looking pretty good. Long lunch Wednesday. I've approved it. Cool. I don't know if your boss has got it approved, but it's approved here in the Weather Center. Tomorrow, let's just put it this way: if you got some outdoor plans you needed to get done tomorrow, do them today if you can. A few showers this morning. Not anything of any real great consequence that we're looking at across. Mainly been seeing it across Franklin County there, say from Chambersburg to Shippensburg, down along Biglerville, down towards Gettysburg, but most of the area is dry for today. 65 degrees temperature. That's about 4 degrees above what it should be for the cool time of the day. And of course, we're going to see these temperatures go up into the 80s. Mother Nature painting a pretty nice picture for us today, but there's bad news and good news. So most of the weather, very nice that we've got over the next few days, but not tomorrow. This area of low pressure going to spawn, looks like some severe weather from Chicago to Cincinnati. It's going to ride along a front and impact us, and then area of high pressure that's up in Canada. We hate this in January because it blasts down with that cold Arctic air, but in June, hey, it's okay. Drives things out, keeps temperatures very comfortable in the 70s for the Father's Day weekend. All right, looking pretty good now. We've had that northwest flow. There you go, an idea of that northwest flow bringing those couple of showers. This is the front, though. It's going to kind of act as the focusing point and allow the low to ride on it with a lot of moisture associated with it. So as we get into the morning tomorrow, stormy is the word. We could be looking at some morning thunderstorms, so kind of a little different scenario as we get into Thursday. And how much rain? Looks like some of the heavier rain will be to the north of us. So 70 degrees as your day gets going at 9 o'clock, 77 at noon, looking good. Maybe a scattered shower in the afternoon, but mostly nice for your tennis, for your softball, anything. Get it done today. Now, these hour by hour has been pretty accurate the last couple of days. So look at this. This is tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock. Look how heavy the rain is, say over Luzerne County, back over to Clearfield County, and the heaviest rain staying to the north of us, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods by any means. Friday morning, still some clouds, but then it becomes a northwest breeze that we have in there. Things dry out and cool down. And now here's the numbers as we go into Thursday. Look again, here again, right across the northern tier, Scranton to Bradford, 2 to 3 inches of rain. Harrisburg showing about an inch, lesser amounts to the south. Lancaster, you really don't need any more rain. Neither does Philadelphia. It's okay. We can pick it up still in Harrisburg and York, and it is going to see an increase on the rivers as well, up to 5.3 feet, because a lot of this rain in the watershed of the Susquehanna. Marietta up to almost 39 feet. The Juniata River at Newport up to 6.5. Now that's well within the banks of the major rivers, but some of the smaller creeks, they could reach caution stage by Friday after we get these storms on out of here. So 83 is what we're looking at, and then look how nice for the Father's Day weekend. 76, 78, 78. We'll take that. That'll be great for Dad. So this 7-day forecast brought to you our friends at Camp Hill Chiropractor, Premier Medical and Rehabilitation Center. On the road, just one accident's been causing some delays. Should be just about finished in the clearing stage in the Mount Joy area, East Lampeter Township, Route 30 and Oakview Road. Other than that, it's been a pretty good commute this morning. A little sun glare there for you as we take a look at I-81 going north and south across the Susquehanna, the Wade Bridge on the North Bridge. This, a Members First Federal Credit Union traffic alert.
And here's a look at what's on CBS 21 tonight.
You know, it's always the best shows, Sherry. Have you noticed that? At 8 tonight, it's so tasty. It's the American Baking Competition, followed by Criminal Minds at 9, then CSI at 10. And don't miss CBS 21 News live at 11.
Well, a Western PA woman is facing charges this morning for allegedly stealing money from cards at a wedding reception and trying to hide the cash in her bra.
They think she wouldn't notice? The folks there wouldn't notice? The Butler Eagle reports that guests at Saturday's wedding found 11 gift cards missing from the table. And notice that Jennifer Martz heading to the ladies' room. That's where she ripped up the cards and tried to flush them down the toilet while stuffing $475 in cash and $80 in checks in her bra. That's where other female guests told police they found the loot. I guess they were like going after her to get the cash out of there. But I mean, with friends like that, it's always amazing.
Well, was it a friend? You know, was it a wedding crasher?
For what I know, is one of the guests that were there. So maybe that's.
She was an invited guest.
It could have been. Could have been. Could have been. The boyfriend. Ah, that's how the story is. The magic voice in my ear tells me how she got there.
I guess the risk you take with the +1 invitation.
All right, but what do you do with this? What do our Facebook friends have to say?
Here's the question we posed them. What would you do if you were the bride and groom?
We had this kind of guest here. Well, a Redskin Reggie says, post the picture with her hand in the cookie jar and forgive. The embarrassment is good. That's kind of an interesting, nice Reggie. That's an interesting thought there. You know, and Lori says, if I had this happen at my own wedding, sad to know that your family or friends would steal from you on your special day. Yeah, it really ruins the whole occasion. That's what they were saying. Now, here we go from, I want to help me with that pronunciation.
Jerica?
Jerica, I like that. Sure, it's a great name. Pay back all the money and a public apology to the whole wedding party and guests, then be blacklisted from all weddings for 2 years. Penny says, I would press charges because if she did it and got away with it, chances are she'll do it more and more. That's probably a good thing there. You know, I mean, I'm thinking if somebody comes in my house and steals my stuff, it's going to be hard for me not to call the cops.
Yeah.
You know?
And on a special day like a wedding, on top of everything else?
You know, it's hard to believe. Here, we come up with some interesting stories. You know, if you notice some of those wilder stories we get here from the Keystone State usually happen once you get west of I-99 in the western portion of the state.
I wish I could say that was true.
It just seems like a lot of them come from over there.
We poured on a lot of crazy stuff in Central PA.
Oh, do we? Oh, I hadn't noticed, Sherry.
It's 6:51. Runaway mom heading to jail.
Oh, yeah,
the
Central
sentence
Pennsylvania.
Brenda Heist has been forced to serve. That's coming up in your news to go.
You're watching CBS 21 News this morning.
If you're driving a car and you receive a text, wait until you've parked before checking what it says. No message is as important as your safety. CBS cares.
Renova Anderson reminds you that texting while driving is not only dangerous, but illegal. Don't text and drive.
Wednesday begins 2 days of good times on City Island when the Senators take the field in Hershey Bears-themed jersey. The jerseys will be auctioned to benefit the Children's Miracle Network. Thursday, the one and only Cowboy Monkey Rodeo visits Metro Bank Park. For the best selection of seats, visit HarrisburgSenators.com. Senators Baseball.
Max
Saver here at Carnes Foods, where you'll always find a ton of great deals from groceries to meat department.
This Father's Day, treat Dad to fresh lobster during Carnes' Big Live Lobster Sale, June 15th and 16th. Live lobsters, only $7.99 a pound. Order yours today. Plus more great Carnes deals this week, like fresh quartered chicken legs, only 69 cents a pound. USDA Choice Whole New York strips, just $5.99 a pound. And lean chopped chuck, only $2.79 a pound.
Carnes, over 3,000 items on sale every day in every store.
Before I started aquatics, I had never done pool exercises. So I was of the thinking that the water's easy, but it's not.
I joined as soon as I saw it open, and my first time when they told me the water was warm and I saw the treadmills, I knew it was for me.
What I like about it is that I work every part of my body.
They change the workout every time. You never know what's coming next.
It's a great place to be. It's a great place to work out, great place to add to other workouts. Everybody should come.
We're offering a week free, and I encourage people to try it.
There's only one word to describe parents and their adopted children: family. Learn more about adoption at the website below. CBS Cares.
Renewal by Andersen knows that adoption will bring positive change to a child's life as well as yours.
Here's a look at the stories you need to see before leaving your house this morning in your News to Go on this Wednesday, June 12th. Right now, the search is on for the suspect in a Harrisburg shooting. It happened in broad daylight yesterday afternoon near Club 1400 on North 3rd Street. We were told that one person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. We reached out to police overnight to get an update on the victim's condition, but officers weren't available. There's no word on a motive at this time. Anyone with information on this shooting is asked to call police, and you can find that number on CBS21.com. Right now, York City police are using this surveillance video in a shooting investigation of their own. Officers are trying to track down the two people seen here. They're accused in yesterday's overnight shooting on West Princess Street that sent 4 people to the hospital, including a 17-year-old girl. All are expected to be okay. The video from Bev's Grocery appears to show the suspects firing multiple shots across the street. Police say so far the victims haven't been able to provide them with much information. The Lancaster County mother who disappeared 11 years ago and resurfaced in Florida in April is going to jail for a year. The Pensacola News-Journal is reporting that Brenda Heist, known in the court system as Kelsey Smith, pleaded no contest for violating her probation on charges of identity theft and providing a false name to police. Officials say she didn't check in with authorities after leaving the Pensacola area following her release from jail in April. Heist left behind her husband and 2 children in Lidditz and was declared legally dead in 2010. Happening today, superintendents from 5 Pennsylvania school districts will be at the state capitol to discuss the impact of education funding in urban school districts. This discussion comes the same day the House could vote to send the GOP-crafted budget proposal to the Senate. Among the hot button issues in the plan, funding for education. The superintendents will talk about the last 2 years of budget cuts to education and the impact it's had. Speakers include Dr. Sybil Knight-Burney for Harrisburg and Dr. Tamara Willis for York. This morning's conference will be held at 10 at the Capitol Media Center. It's 6:56.
We've had about 2 inches of rain so far this month in Harrisburg. New York City's had 8. Wow. They could have their all-time June rainfall. And what we're watching today is this area looks surprisingly quiet now from Chicago to Cincinnati. That's where severe weather could be today. Tomorrow, you know where it could be? Right here. So what we've got is just a couple of showers in the northwest flow this morning. Not any big problems. Temperatures pretty comfortable in the mid-60s, which is just about where they should be for this time of the year. 82 is going to be your high, and then look for about another inch of rain. The great news is some nice weather moves into the mix as we do get into the Father's Day weekend. So far, been a pretty good commute out there. Take the sunglasses with you as you do venture out. Some clouds in the mix there, but some areas with some sun glare as well. There's a look at the quiet traffic across the Wade Bridge on Interstate 81. So that's great. And make sure you stay tuned for CBS This Morning. Up next, John Miller is a preview of this amazing case, former mobster Whitey Bulger's long-awaited trial.
Yeah, we'll continue to keep you up to date with the latest local news, traffic, and weather throughout CBS This Morning. Have a great day.